Lisette is solving the linear equation 2 times 5x equals 60. And then we're trying to figure out which of the following equations down here could be the result of using a mathematical property to simplify the original equation. So we need to make sure one of these down here matches up with the original up here, and then select all of them that fit that criteria. All right, so let's look at A. 10x equals 60. Well, in that case, they took the original 2 and 5x equals 60, and it looks like they just distributed. They just multiplied into that parentheses. 2 times 5 is 10, so 10x equals 60. That is true. That is a simplified version of the same exact equation. Next, let's look at B. 5x equals 30. All right. Well, if we took the original, 2 times 5x equals 60, could we somehow do something to both sides of the equation to get 5x equals 30? Well, you can see here, I have a 2, and in this B answer, I don't have a 2 anymore. So maybe they divided 2 on both sides. Let's see what happens. Multiplying by 2 on top and then dividing by 2 on the bottom, they cancel out. So I end up with 5x on the left, and then 60 divided by 2 is just 30. So this is a valid simplified version of the same equation. B is also correct. C is a little tricky because although, let's say I take my original, 2 times 5x equals 60. Although I could actually get from this equation to this equation by multiplying both sides of the equation by 2, it's not any simpler. And part of the reason we use these mathematical properties is to simplify equations. This is actually more complicated than the original, so we're not going to count it as a correct answer. So I'm crossing off C. Last one to check here is D. D is 2 times 5x equals 60. You can see the only difference is they are multiplying the 2 and the 5 before the 5 and the x, which are in parentheses up top. By the associative property, you can regroup numbers and variables that are being multiplied or added, and in this case we just move the parentheses to the 2 and the 5 instead of the 5 and the x. So that is also true. My answer is A, B, and D.